what we're hoping to see, because this is effective 1st December 2014, and this one that I've just seen is in the Ghanaian Times. It's also in some of the newspapers.
The Daily Heritage, actually.
Sure. So any of the newspapers you can find, we can't tell exactly which of them is carrying the timetable, but at least the Ghanaian Times has got it and the Daily Heritage has got it as well. Would they follow through this one? We want to give them, you know, like a clean sheet if we want to. This is beginning 1st of December, and at least for where I live, it's on schedule. It's on schedule where I live. But how can we not have lights? 12 hours in the day, 12 hours.
Before you even go on, I mean, don't you think that it would have been prudent for, this is coming from the ECG, don't you think that it would have been prudent? I mean, having had the realization of putting it in newspapers, I don't understand what's going on here. I see it as a puzzle in front of me, like a huge mathematical puzzle in front of me. I don't know, how about the person who also cannot read and write? How about the person who is a bit below average when it comes to reading? How do you take this and understand? Don't you think that it would have been prudent for them to have gone on various media platforms to go and educate people on it? I mean, I think Ghanaians are being taken for granted. We've been taken for granted for far too long. Anybody gets up, wakes up, and then shoves anything on you and then goes scot-free, because I mean, nobody is questioning. The relevant people who are supposed to be asking questions are not asking, and so we're shoving it down your throat. Swallow it or go to hell. After all, we've been told that if you're not happy with what's going on in the country, pick up your passport and get out. So
yeah, like it's easy to do. But I get your point with what if you cannot read and understand what's been published? I honestly do not
understand this. I'm looking.
Okay, so let me help.
A2, A3, A4, A5, A6, and the same for B and the same for C. And I'm seeing that the alphabet stands for certain areas. Yes, and then the coefficients, forgive me, not the GFA kind of coefficient, but you know, the coefficients on the next the alphabets are also trying to tell you something, but honestly, I don't understand.
You don't understand. Well, the whole idea, and if you cannot read, then that will be really difficult, but somebody has to explain things for you. You have to figure out where you live, and you can find it by reading in the various groups. Are
you doing PR?
So there's group A, because of what you brought out. They missed it, but fortunately we can do a little explanation. We can afford to. So let's see.
I hope they will not make a U-turn and come tell you that you are misinforming the public.
Let me try my best, because this is how I understand it. I find myself in residential area C. I find myself in residential area C. So I have to look for the alphabet C, and then C would determine when I am off. So anytime I see C, for instance, I see C on a Monday, 1st of December 2014, and the C is from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., which means from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. I don't have electricity.
6 a.m. to 8 p.m.
The very top.
Yes.
I'm not talking about day, I'm talking about night.
Okay. All right.
So from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. I don't have electricity. And it is true, I didn't have electricity, but I have to call home and see if it came back at 6 a.m. like they've said.
So you're like me when you're going home. In fact, my husband will always call when it's time to go home. Baba, your lighter. Immediately you say no. Oh no, I don't want to come home. It's so pathetic, right? Yeah. And it means that now it's plus 2 hours for day, right? If you're going up on the during the day,
so now it's 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. I don't even see it.
Yeah, right. After 50, how many years of independence?
This is intense.
This is beautiful.
This is intense. It means that in 3 days, you are off. In fact, 2 continuous days, you're off 12 hours before you enjoy 24 hours.
More than 12 hours. It's 14 hours.
Oh, 14 hours, yeah. Yes. Sorry.
So 28 hours of no electricity. Then if you are lucky, you can get... I mean, this is the timetable they've given us, but it is not consistent. For instance, yesterday my lights went out at 6 a.m. and then just around 5:30 p.m. it came back on. It went off again at 8:15 p.m. and then it came back at 10 minutes to 10 p.m.
Well, I think the painful thing really, I mean, it's like we can talk about it all we want, because even the PURC that's supposed to be on our side,
they say they don't want to talk.
I don't know about that, but I mean, you know, it's as if they are cool once there is a timetable.
No, and I'm telling
cool.
you that this is the country we find ourselves in. After 50 how many years of independence, we are taking for granted. Everybody wakes up and does anything they want. They get away with it. They go scot-free, and so they will shove anything down your throat, and you have to swallow it, hard or soft.
Well, we've been trying to find answers, but nobody would speak for now. So I mean, we just have to look for the timetable and live with it. You know, they'll follow.
Are they really bothered? Are they bothered about it?
I think for now, maybe for political reasons, people don't want to come out because
Mama,
once you come out to explain.
Why must it always be for political reasons? For crying out loud, is it politics we're always gonna have to succumb to? So that what? If you don't belong to one party or belong to the next, then it means that what?
It's very painful. But I think what we want to hear from you, really, we want to open the phone lines because a lot of people are not happy. How do you intend celebrating this festive season with this timetable? Let us know.
Oh, and
let us know your frustrations. You know what they say?
From 1st December to 31st of December 2014.
Yeah.
And I mean, we'll enter 2015 with it. Come on. Because even on 31st night, I'm sure people will go off in the night. Yes. And so, you wake up and
so you can get ready to give us a call on 0302211691 or 0302211692. You know what they say? Sometimes when you're boxing a lot of things inside, you've got to release it. And we're finding a beautiful way for you to release it, not to go to any ECG office and fight them. Havoc. So call us. Call us. We will take all the frustrations on their behalf. Give us a call now. But
are you serious? You want to take the frustrations on behalf of ECG and BRS? Oh,
why not?
You're so kind.
Yeah.
You're so kind, right? Yeah, right. I see you're not suffering from the same fate. Oh, I see you're happy about what's happening with it.
No.
Are you sure?
I'm not.
Really? How are you going to celebrate it with your two boys?
Yeah, well, you know, I don't know, but Christmas is going to be tough. The holidays is going to be really tough with Dumso, especially when you don't know if you're going to follow this one. You know, this dawn, my area was very dark. Everywhere was really dark, and for once, I was really afraid.
And it was same with me last night. Like I said, around 8:20 or 8:30 when the lights went out, the whole area was like pitch black.
Yeah.
Yeah. Save for one or two people who have generators in the area, you wouldn't have heard anything. Yeah.
And we know that crime is on the high around festive seasons and even in darkness. But let me speak to Mohammed because Mohammed is joining us from Techiman. Good morning to you, Mohammed. I know you might be thinking, what is good about the morning, especially if you slept in the dark? But good morning anyway.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Yourself?
I'm well.
We thank God.
You see, the load shedding is not that here in Techiman.
Okay.
Lucky
I've been
you.
traveling around, but it is terrible somewhere. Very terrible. You see, what the leaders should realize is that countries that are witnesses war now, some time back, those countries were like Ghana. You see, these things happen and people take us for granted. Switch your light off anytime they want, switch it on, give you flimsy excuses, and they expect you to swallow. See, they treat that as more like primary school children. That is what they do. But you see, they should be careful. Because one day, such that if the thing becomes so intensified, such that we can't take it anymore, then of course, something might happen. We are not praying for that. But you see, it's about time leaders in this country take it serious. Because what is going on? Everything is bad. Now, salary not paid, electricity, there is problem, no employment, nothing. And then you expect us to take it like that. Why? You see, my point is that the leaders should begin to take it serious. Because one day, something will happen in Ghana.
Well,
when it happens, they should realize is that it started somewhere. They should set up because it is becoming bad by the days. It's worse.
Okay.
I have gone to Accra website, and it is so bad. Your phone cry, you can't even charge. What is all that?
All right, we appreciate you talking to us. We hope that, that someday will not come. But let me speak to Joe, because Joe is joining us from Latabi Okoshi here in Accra. Joe, good morning. Let's hear you.
Yeah, morning. This load sharing problem is really disturbing us. We at Latabi Okoshi, like the whole of 3 days, we couldn't have light. And
wow.
It's something that is worrying.
Three continuous days.
Yes.
Have you gotten any explanation? Have you been told anything? Maybe there's some fault somewhere.
There's some fault somewhere. And that's what they are working
on. Is it Joe that I just lost?
Yeah.
Oh, because I wanted to find out how he's been surviving with no electricity. It's very, very painful, I tell you. Really painful.
Mama B, I'm beginning to realize that our leaders over the years have failed to plan, and failing to plan is planning to fail.
Yeah.
And so you know that, I mean, by the censuses that they do, that the what do you call it, the population grows every other year. And so if the population grows, it means that there will be more demand for certain things. You are extending electricity to various regions, to various towns and villages. You are extending water to various towns and villages. And then you forget that once you're doing that, you're putting a strain on what you already have. I mean, I'm sure you have a caller on the line.
Yeah, I do. I was just soaked up in what you were saying. Hello, good morning. Let's... your name first, and then let's hear what you've got to say.
Good morning. I'm Philip from Cape Coast.
All right, Philip. Is Cape Coast going through the same?
Yes.
How bad is yours?
Not really bad, but sometimes it goes off and comes.
Okay.
Just like that.
Okay, so that's what. Welcome to the era of Doomso. That's what we call Doomso.
That is it.
So how are you surviving through it?
It's only God, because Ghana at this age, like Baba said, over 50-something years, and we are still having problems with light. It's very bad.
Wow.
How much is one V8 as they're driving? Can't they see their counterparts in Britain?
It's interesting.
Some of them ride bicycles to work, parliament. Look at their parliament and look at ours. We go for loan from them, from our masters, and we are even enjoying more than them.
Channelize
and we cannot
parliament
fix
house.
Simple light issue for the ordinary Ghanaian to enjoy. So what are we heading towards?
Well, it will get better, Philip. It will get better sometime soon. We'll end it with Auntie Efia. Good morning, Auntie Efia from Kokomlemle.
Hello, good morning.
Once you live in Kokomlemle, I know that you don't have lights.
You know how it is going.
So sorry. Okay.
You're doing the sister. You're best one about 8 o'clock. The church Kotubabi opposite a year. No, you're doing my lighter 3 hours. There, so. But yeah, they're doing that. You're doing the sister. That's one 8. You're doing the sister. That's one 6.
So, no 6 to 8 na correct one. No more about papers muno. Past 6 now about 8 p.m. Oh. And to then a wallpaper no and correct. And 3 hours, 3 hours, any day and come.
Okay. And see, you have phone to see a better show, Mamma. Me kita Ghanaian Times, me share my has a mehu area na me who days I'll be off, and then you have a catcher into Woody Koswanity. But yesterday, so briefly, this is Auntie Efia who is calling from Kokomlemle, and obviously we don't have electricity in Kokomlemle. We are on our generator right now.
Yeah.
So she doesn't understand what the timetable looks like. I'm trying to locate where Kokomlemle is.
Okay, so I've seen Kotobabi down.
So keep looking for Kokomlemle. Here's what we'll do. Just quickly, yesterday, 1st of December.
She is in residential area B if she lives in Kotobabi as well.
Just keep looking for it.
Kokomlemle is also here in residential area B.
Okay, hang on to that. Auntie Efia, yenim se wutie. And a Tuesday, we are B until we're off from 6 and pay Ubeba back 8 p.m. So Uber back before 8 the end now I say, but we schedule no 8 p.m. and I'll be off
Friday.
No, she's off today, she's off tomorrow.
Tomorrow is
also I will off from
tomorrow
6
is Wednesday
from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Okay, so you can check out the load shedding timetable and see if they follow through. At least it's a guide. At least it's in the Ghanaian Times and it's also in the Heritage. Those are the two that we've seen. You can be flipping through the newspapers to locate your area and then you can follow through the times. What can I say? Thank you for joining us here on the AM show. Thanks a lot, Baba.
Thanks for having me.
Enjoy the rest of your day and stay with us. It's the Joy News Channel.